welcome you back inside of Cal Tire Place North here in Vernon. Trevor Miller here with you on YouTube as we get set for the final round robin game, the sixth and final round robin game of this UMH-68 Invitational. Team Black taking on Team Red as these two teams look to secure their spot in the semi-final. And we got here with these two teams coming in today. Team Red has not won, though they've had a pair of one-goal losses. A 4-3 loss to Team Blue back in the morning game yesterday before falling 7-6 to Team Gray yesterday as well. So this Team Red squad, they've only given up 2 more goals than they've scored, but unfortunately has come both in one-goal losses. For Team Black, they lost by a 9-4 score yesterday, but won yesterday 5-4 over Team Blue in a comeback effort. They'll look to try and pick up their second win of this tournament. If they do win their second game of the tournament, that'll make the math pretty easy in figuring out their semifinals, or at least we'll get closer to figuring that out. Right now, Team Gray in the first semifinal, coming up at 4:15 after their 3-0 appearance in the round robin. If Team Black were to win this game, they would move into the 6 o'clock or the 6:45 semifinal, and this would be it would be Team Black versus Team Blue in the 6 o'clock semifinal, while it would be Team Red who would move to play Gray, that at 4:15 if a Team Black victory were emerged today. If Team Red wins this game, they're 0-2, they would move to 1-2. Team Black would go to 1-2. You've got a 1-2 team in Team Blue as well, so there'd be all sorts of chaos that would take place in that point with 3 1-2 teams and 1 3-0 team. But we get set for action here on this Saturday here from Vernon. Trevor Miller, happy to be with you here on a Saturday afternoon, as it's Team Black and Team Red going at it here. Red will go left to right on your computer screens in this first period. Right to left will go Black in our opening period of play. As we await our starting goaltenders, see who is going to take to the ice to start here. Team Red has switched their goalies halfway through each of the first 2 games. We'll see if that remains the case here today, and it looks like it will be Bryce Roche who is going to start today's game. Roche was outstanding yesterday, only gave up 1 goal and 19 shots before being relieved in an effort of Jaden Avery. He'll get the starting goal to our broadcast left today. To our right is Max Davis. Davis was outstanding in the 1 game he played in the morning game yesterday. He'll get the nod once again today. So we get set for action on our second game of the day. Get set for action for our final round robin game and get you set for what should be a fun one here today, leading into the afternoon here today from Vernon. Team Red, Team Black, here at the UMH-68 BC Invitational. We're underway and puck drop underway here from Vernon. Brought ahead through center as Casey Minabariat going to make an offensive zone for Team Red. Again, 2 1-goal losses for Red. They've been right there the whole time, just haven't been able to find that winning marker. Pushed ahead by Declan Smith on the left wing side for Team Black. Around the boards, that will travel up the right wing side. Black back onto it again. Long shot from the line. That's forced off a body. Aiden Potash, who leads this Team Red team in points right now. He's got 3 goals and 7 points, so 3 goals and 5 points so far through 2 games. Bounce back out to center now as Red will make their way ahead. Cross the line, a shot on there. That was blocked before it could get to the front of the goal and then pushed toward the front of the net, as that was put toward the front of the goal by Cohen Short and bounced just wide of the cage. Back out at center now. Theo Falk trying to chase this down. Falk has 7 points so far in this tournament as he tried to look for that loose puck. It comes back around on the left side now out to center. Team Red gets that out to neutral territory. Nathan Sluggett got the pass back from the right wing side, but couldn't quite get the handle on that now as it's Team Black that will force it away. Falk at center, worked it ahead, and now De Silva will get the handle on it here for Team Red and play it in deep. Comes back around to the right wing corner now, where it is taken here by Red in the centering feed right in front, knocked away. Now back to the line, a long shot. Max Davis has his first save of the hockey game as he steers it away with the right pad. All the way down ice now, we'll going around the boards on the left wing side as Red going to chase after this one on the left wing, trying to get to that puck and force that out at center as Bryson Frank before it's taken the other way here by Team Black, but given up and swung back up to the blue line. Holding that one onside there is Black as it's laid back in deep from the right side by Team Black. Back out to center and now all the way down below the goal line. Barclay trying to go after the puck as well as it's forced back along inside of the right wing corner. Barclay looks a bit shaken up after he took that heavy hit. He has to go back off here and slowly go back off for a change. Black trying to hold this puck inside of the Team Red zone. Red back out with it now as they'll make their way out to center. De Silva across the line into the high slot. De Silva left wing circle with it now. Still loose on the left wing side. Will drop this back down behind the goal and up with it now is Team Black as they'll make their escape out of their own end. Racing ahead at center. It's lodged back in. High slot shot stopped by Roche. The rebound off the post. Great opportunity there for Team Black to try to open the scoring, and it came off the stick of a terrific look there for Kendall Knox, but went right off the blocker side post. Here's Rizitwick now. Tried to center it back out in front. Another shot off the post. Right in front there. A great chance for Red and a wraparound try toward the front of the goal. Stuffed up by Davis as Trent Keenan, the Vernon native, with a great look there off the rush and off the post on the glove side of Max Davis. And back at the other end, another good look for Kendall Knox, who just couldn't bury. And a face-off that will come back to the blocker side of Davis. Out at center now is Smith. Gets to the red line and dumps this puck in. Down to the right wing corner, off a stick up and out of play as that long shot thrown up and out of play by Jackson Lodge. So face-off that will come back inside of Team Red territory. 16:42 to go. Already plenty of pressure. We've had posts hit from both sides, but no goals to speak of so far through this first period. Draw to the glove side of the goal of Roche. Off the face-off now, this puck forced back down below the goal line and around the boards on the left wing side. Play all the way down to the left wing corner, and now up top, here's Lodge throwing the net stop. Rebound side of the goal. Roche is there to cover it up. Great looking chance that was for Team Black on the side of the net for Declan Smith, who tried to work that puck to the front of the goal and stopped and held by Bryson Roche on the blocker's side. Roche has been terrific so far here all weekend long. Faceoff comes to the blocker side of Roche. Off the faceoff now back of the line. Shot on there as that was Romadiak that tried to put that one on. Knocked down. Now Romadiak there one more time. Tried to throw that one on to the front of the net. Right back along the left wing side and now taken over here. Here's the shot to the front of the net, and Team Black finds the back of the goal. Put home for the right side by Warner Colander. And Colander's got another here this weekend and has given Team Black a 1-0 lead. It's Colander from a sharp angle as it's forced in through the glove side. And a 1-0 lead in favor of Team Black just under 4 minutes into this opening period. Warner Colander with another goal here to give Black a 1-0 lead. And now Falk from a sharp angle turns back behind the net, tried to wrap it around. It comes loose back along the left wing side, carried ahead now by Team Red. They'll advance their way back out through to center with speed down the left wing side. Minabariat now will make his way to the right corner. Minabariat along the right wing half board. Lost the handle on that. Now as Falk will get it ahead. Here's Colander now making his way back in. Colander, right wing side. Puck turned over and it is flipped ahead. That by Thorpe, but too far ahead of him as now back for it here is going to be Team Black. Here's Romadnik now. Forces his way back in deep. Down below the goal line. Intercepted there by Red as they try to work their way back out. And back behind the net for Red trying to work out is Tyler Rezitnik. And he'll force that back out through to center. Laid back along left wing side. It was Camo that got it back out to center. Now Short makes his way in. Quick shot blocker save. Max Davis in the block row with that one to make that stop. Back around to the right wing side. Black trying to clear this back out to center. Came off the stick of the defender and slug it before it's played back inside of Black territory. Forced around to the left wing side. Back up through the middle of the ice and now bank back out ahead through to center. Played back in there is Black trying to make a play on it through neutral ice and forced back in deep here as that is played back up the boards on the right side and taken back over here by Team Red. That was Rezitnik that tried to make the advance to the offensive zone. Gets across right side. Here's Wells Kaiser to center. Big collision there as Lodge dislodged there in the neutral zone, and now it's Red that will clear it back out to neutral ice. Played ahead here by Black. Thrown wide of the goal on the glove side. Taken over on the left wing now as Black will hold it on side. That's Mondu that will keep it there before it's Keen Corkle that will get this puck in deep. Potash back in his own zone for this as he'll work this ahead on the right side. Puck advanced back along the boards and picked up and swung right in front. And that shot by Smith just went wide of the goal. Played back across on the right side. Back out through to center now as this is laid back inside of Team Black territory. Wrapped around by Davis. Up the right wing Corkle. Fed that ahead and knocked down and played back in from neutral ice there by Nathan Steele. Kaiser ahead, tipped off the stick of Birch and worked all the way back inside of Team Red territory. 7 minutes gone here in this opening period. 1-0 the score. It's Black who has their lead and it's Callander that has the goal. Played back in here by Red. Trying to make their advance out. Potash up the boards and redirected back in by Red from the right side. Played all the way around the boards in the left wing. Get that out here is Black as they'll force it out to center. Here's Osgood making his way in. High slot, holding, shooting. Good save by Roche. Opportunity came right in front for Black on that look that came from Ronan Raymond from the high slot. And a save by Roche. Able to keep that one out and keep the game 1-0. And a 1-0 deficit for his team in Red. Faceoff will come to the blocker side of the goal of Roche. Off the faceoff now, this puck back into the left wing corner. Played back up the middle of the ice and now tipped ahead by Red as Black will take over back in their own end. Played back up the right side and now out through center. Here comes Team Black working back in. It's Max Osgood who makes a move. Osgood trying to center it back out. Right circle shot. Went off the outside of that. Rebound comes back for Falk again. And another opportunity at the side of the goal before he's able to gather that and hang on for a face-off. Face-off that'll come back to the glove side of the goal of Team Red. 12-13 to go here in this opening period. Right back forward inside of their own zone now. Sends that ahead on the right side and out to center. Back down for that is Romadnik. Went through neutral ice now as this is played back inside of Team Black territory as that thrown to the middle, now broken up and started the other way here for Team Red. Cohen Short trying to get around Romadnik and knocks him down to the ice. Actually taken right down to the ice after that collision. Puck comes back out through to center and played back in for a shot that went up and over the goal. Off a stick and that caroms back out to neutral ice. Taken on by Team Black in their own zone. Gets back in front of his net. Here's Sluggett now for it. Off the boards, Getz will take this over. Fed it ahead for Romadnik and he'll make his play back out to center. Bounced out through neutral ice and forced back in deep here by Black. Red trying to work out now as Camo trying to work his way back in front with that and a loose puck side of the goal Roche is there to hang on and cover up with 11:10 to go here in this opening period. And a face-off to come back to the club's side of the goal of Roche. Have to do this face-off over again to the glove side of the goal of Roche. Back behind the net now is Camo. Off the boards on the right side, trying to work this puck out, and puck sent back out through to center. Cork will try to work it back in, though, and off of Lodge, so a little bit offside, and a face-off that'll come back inside of the neutral zone. Reminder that A-Cane Hockey proud to present a prize pack to the Sidney Crosby Award winner after this tournament is done, as they dominate the ice with a performance-driven, cut-resistant gear built for elite players. Stay dry, stay sharp, and feel every stride in our innovative base layers and Blade Pro Skate socks, the most comfortable resistance socks in the game. Unmatched protection, ultimate comfort, zero compromise. Gear up, perform better. A-Cane Hockey. Puck back inside of Team Red territory now as it's thrown back up on the right side and picked off there by Mondu. Loose puck back inside the blue line and started ahead on the right wing here for Team Red. Here's De Silva laying it back off. Neal holding, shooting, and a left pad save made by Davis. Rebound back toward the front of the goal. Davis has got that too as he hangs on and covers up with 10:17 to go here in period number 1. And Max Davis another couple of good stops. Trying to come to the blocker side of the goal of Davis. Off the face-off now, that puck punched along to the left side, and a shot that was forced wide of the goal. Up with that is Team Black now as they'll make their advance to center. Here's Kullander now with it. To the middle it goes on the right wing side for Osgood. Makes a move around to the right side, cuts to the net. Max Osgood just flipped that up and over the goal. Gathered up there on the right side and flipped back along the boards down low as Kullander left it along. Backhand, Falk put it up and over the net. And out of play, under 10 to go here in this opening period. And a close call there for Warner Kullander for his second goal of the game. Face-off that will come to the glove side of the Team Red net. Off the draw, now this push back behind the goal. Now Potash along with it. Stretch that out ahead at center, Steele. Whilst the handle now is Getz will get it ahead. Work back inside of the Team Red zone. Now Potash along with it. And to find the handle on that before it's taken, and we'll get a face-off that'll come back inside of Team Red territory with 9:31 to go here in this opening period. A face-off that will come back to the glove side of the goal of Roche. Off the draw, Black with a shot from the line. That was knocked down, and Red trying to come back the other way, where it's taken over and pushed back inside the zone there. Is going to work that out as Raymond. He gets it back again in the right wing corner. Brushed ahead on the right side, knocked down there by Matthew Sutherland. Sutherland works it in deep back behind the goal. Try to force it back out in front before Team Black's back onto it as they'll carry ahead. Here's Getz working his way up the left side. Knocked down there by Short. Wraps it around to the left side here, and out to center comes Team Red. Lost the handle on that in the neutral zone, though, as it's Lodge will give it across. There's Romadnik now through center. Bouncing puck will come free back in the middle now for Lodge. He tried to make a move, cut toward the front of the net, and that one steered away. Gathered up there on the left wing side. Thorpe tried to work that out. Secondary effort here by Team Red will send that back out to center. Here's Romadnik now. Romadnik Side of his own zone before it's free to head on the left side. Romantic out to center. Dumps this puck in deep off the sideboards, and working for that now is Team Red. They'll sling it back down ice and all the way down inside of Team Black territory. Here's slug it back forward into his own zone. Fed it ahead for Smith. Bouncing puck that just got over his stick. Secondary effort for Black. Now we'll work it out to center. Smith the lead feed off the stick of Corkle. Back into the offensive zone. Red will try and force this back at the boards on the left wing side, but Team Black keeps it on. Works this back down low. Played back ahead on the right wing side by Red. Now as it's Sumner that makes his way in. Sumner working in right circle. Now dropped it back off into the right wing corner, and now Black will turn and come back the other way. Out at center now as they'll work out. Here's Lodge, right wing side. Quick shot by Corkle to the front of the net. Swallowed up and held by Roche, and he'll hang on for a face-off and a draw that will come back inside of the Team Red zone with 7:34 to go here in the first, and a 1-0 game in favor of Team Black. So face-off that will come to the glove side of the net of Roche. Again, if Team Black wins this game, I know they will be advancing to the semifinal at 6:45 tonight. If it's Team Red that wins, well, it'll take a lot more math than what I'm accustomed to doing at this current moment. Down in the corner, Black trying to work their way in front as Kalander tried to make his way in front of the goal. That was knocked away, and now Red at center will bounce that back out to neutral ice and work back in here by Team Black. Inside of the offensive zone, now Red will turn back and come the other way. Fed ahead at center. Forced back along left wing side. Here's Falk with a shot and a hard one that was blocked. Kalander had that knocked away. Keenan drops it off. Down the right side, Steele tried to make his way back to the middle of the ice before it was broken up. Potash now will work it free, and now Team Red back onto it here. Played back inside of the Team Black zone, off the boards in the left wing, and back out through to the neutral zone, and take it on here as it's flung back ahead by Red out to the right wing side. Kaiser back in his own zone. Here's Mondu now onto it here inside of his own end. Mondu trying to advance that ahead. Poked up there on the left side for Getz. Gets in across the line, works it in right wing side. Tried to take a shot, didn't have the puck with him, and then flipped the stick away of the defender. That in the way of Granger. Back to the line, a long try toward the front of the net, steered away from the front of the goal. That off the stick of the goaltender Roche. Back behind the net. Puck forced away and back out through to center. Played up the left wing side now as it's taken over here back behind the Team Black zone. Forced to head out to center. Now work back up on the right wing side. A big collision there. Taken back here. And played all the way down the left wing side. And now thrown back along the left wing and pushed ahead. Here's a chance. Roche coming out of his goal to try and get that puck away from him. And is able to find the handle on that and hang on. He had Knox bearing down on him. And a close call there as Roche going toward the front of the net. Able to keep that one out of that scramble in front. So 5:32 to go here in the opening period. 1-0 remains the score. Puck work to the line. Here's Clawer now with it. Tried to work that back down low. Intercepted, and Sumner will take it over and start back ahead. Sumner trying to get to that puck on the right side now below the goal line and back behind the net. Taken over here by Team Black. Trying to advance their way out of their own end. Here Clawer up the boards on the right wing side. Played up the wall but not out, and a long shot. That thrown wide. Clawer back forward into the right wing corner. Turn back below the goal line there as that puck sent ahead. Now out to center will come Team Black. So work their way ahead. Played back along the right side. That was broken up and pushed back ahead through center. Taken over here on the left wing by Neal. Neal back in deep down below the goal line. Back behind the net now. This puck is rattled around on the left wing side. Taken by Red and a long shot fired wide. Now a secondary opportunity just broken up before it could get to the front of the goal. Sent ahead to center. Here's Falk now with it across the line. Falk on the right wing, driving wide, cuts to the goal and just couldn't slip it past the blocker's side of the goaltender there in the way of Roche. Slip back in deep by Sumner. 4:16 to go here in this opening period. 1-0 the score in favor of Team Black. That lone goal by Warner Callander, that holding up as the lone marker so far, and offside is Team Black trying to make their way back inside of red territory. Draw that will come back out to center. And a face-off that will take place just outside of the Team Red end of the ice. Off the face-off, it's Team Black that will recover. Just across left wing side now as it's Romadnik that will throw it back in deep. Down below the goal line and around the wall on the left wing side. The puck sent back out through the center. Back on the right wing now as it's Rositnik that will get it ahead. Team Red going to work their way back in. Big collision there as Sluggett checks his man in Steele. Back along the left wing side now, played ahead as Romadnik now will make his way in. Romadnik down the left wing side. Drops it off and a quick shot. Forced up and over the goal there by Callander, looking for his second of the morning. Puck comes loose back in the high slot now, working that one free to the front of the net. That bounced just wide. Callander back around the boards. Left wing still with it now. Up to the middle. Here is Knox as he tries to, that was Falk that tries to work free. Back down around to the corner. Callander still trying to get the handle on it now as it's worked back up the boards on the left side. Scrum for it here in the corner before that puck pops out of the left point now as Mondu will play it back down low. Loose puck side of the net. Back behind the goal, a centering feed that comes up. Mondu can't get that puck cleanly as he worked from his backhand to his forehand but couldn't settle it. Thrown to the front of the goal. Back behind the net now is Callander. He tried to center it back out in front before that was knocked away and cleared back out to center. And back around on the left wing side and forced along here by Team Red down below the goal line. Played back out through neutral ice. Out through the center, now worked back in here by Team Black. Black played it in deep. Back to the right wing corner. Working back down below the goal line with that now and pushing it back out to the middle, and a backhand shot just went up and over the goal by Thorpe. Forced back in front of the net, and that one bounced just wide past the diving Davis. Now it's Cohen Short with it. Red with their first flurry of opportunity here. Holding there. Minibariat with a shot from the right circle. Getting back across with that and making the save. And hanging on to that is the goaltender in Davis. 1:49 to go opening period. 1-0 the lead remains in favor of Team Black. Draw that will come back to the glove side of the goal of Davis. Forced back down below the goal line now. Up with that is Short. Short trying to get the handle on it here. Back across right wing side. In with that. Potash shoots still to the right pad. And Davis able to make a strong stop there. Puck to the line. Short holds it on. Looks it back down low. Down below the goal line now. Side of the net. Potash to the front of the net. That went off the outside of the goal. Forced back around on the right side. Comes back to the midpoint now for Short. Cohen Short drops it down low. Put that below the goal line now. This puck rattled around to the left wing corner. Going to force this puck out. Here is Team Black. Still a battle for it here as that puck comes back down below the goal line. And started back the other way here by Black as they'll send it back out to center. Final minute of play here in period number 3. Black back onto it inside of their own zone. Raymond back out to center. Knocked down Minibariat now will find it. 40 seconds remains here in period number 1 as walking in. Potash a long shot. That went up and out of play and a face-off back inside of the Team Black end. Face-off will come to the glove side of the goal. Of Max Davis. Off the draw now back to the line. Sutherland across left side, punched away by Davis on that long shot that came from the left point. And faceoff will come back inside of Team Black territory. 37 seconds to go here in period number 1. Off the faceoff now below the goal line here is Sluggett. Rims that around the boards on the left side now for Falk. Falk got it ahead. Osgood now back into this as he works it back in down below the goal line. Osgood back down behind the net. 20 seconds to go here in period number 1. Puck worked for here in the corner. Black back up with it now as this puck comes to the corner. Back along with it now in the right wing circle and taken over here by Red as they try to work their way back out to center. Carried back by Sutherland. Dying seconds of the period. Sutherland drives wide. Sends it back down from below the goal line and couldn't make that play back in front as that will sound the buzzer on the opening frame. One of our lowest scoring periods we've had of the weekend, just the 1 goal coming off the stick of Warner Calander, and it's a 1-0 game in favor of Team Black over Team Red after the opening 20 minutes of play here from Vernon. Again, just the 1 goal to speak of in this hockey game. And it came off the stick of Calander, who's got under 4 minutes into the opening period. Calander gets the goal for Max Osgood to make it a 1-0 game. Team Red out shooting Team Black 9-7. Good period there for Max Davis again. 9 saves for him. 6 saves on 7 shots for Bryce Roach. It's a 1-0 game in favor of Team Black after Team Red after 1 period of play as we take a look at who is presented to this point, including today's Game Star sponsors. The Game's Grit Grind Award presented by Brown Social House. Nick Roughton with Coldwell Banker Executive Realty has the 3 stars. Nature's Fair Market, keeping the players all fueled up with their nutrition. BioSteel, Platinum Partner and a main sponsor of UMH-68. Well, it's also Iron Ghost Construction as a Platinum sponsor. Elite Prospects on as a Gold sponsor, as well as Up My Hockey and the Up My Hockey podcast and A-Kane Hockey as well. We'll head into period 2. 1-0 the score in favor of Team Black over Team Red. Back after this here from the UMH-68 Invitational in Vernon.
Hey, we're here with Dean McCammon, and just introduce yourself, who you're coaching, and what you hope to get out of this weekend.
My name is Dean McCammon, ex-pro hockey player, played NHL for 18 years, 17 seasons, and I'm just here to participate in helping these kids get better. I'm coaching Team Black, and yeah, we're 1-0 so far, so it's a good start, but yeah, I just want to be a part of the development of some of these young guys coming up.
Well, it brings us back to that question that we asked earlier, which is, what is it that you hope to impart upon these young kids in only 4 days?
Well, I think every young kid has deficiencies in their game, and sometimes in a camp like this, you can really see how they'll introvert, or when they should be trying to use their players around them. Just their tendencies that you can maybe teach them a little bit, maybe shine a little bit of light on the perspective that they should start to adopt so they can actually develop better. Yeah, so as a pro, over the years, you learn those things. You learn a sense for the game. You understand what they could maybe do a little bit different, and you understand maybe better their thought process when they're in the situation they are. So if you can kind of read their mind a bit and explain what they could maybe do differently to help them, then that's part that I enjoy, that see them grab onto it and try and run with it and do things in a game or in a practice and actually kind of get better right before your eyes.
That's amazing, and you can try to do that at least in 4 days. I know one of the things that people comment on when they come to this particular tournament is that it's very professional. Things are set up in a way that professional athletes would be used to. Why is that an important aspect of the tournament to bring to 13, 14-year-olds?
I think we do have maybe a little bit more of an impression on them. I think they give us the benefit of the doubt because of our history. And I think it might stick a little bit better. I think we probably don't say, in some aspects, much different than what their parents are trying to say to them. But I think we have a different perspective and a different way of packaging it for them, and it may be a story to share, you know, involving a player. Like when I talk about some of the stars that I played against, I think it catches their attention a lot better, and I think it helps them remember maybe whatever it is you're trying to, you know, deliver. The message will maybe land. So, and I think for
And welcome back. Second period action upcoming here on YouTube as we get set. 1-0 the score in favor of Team Red over Team Black over Team Red as we get set for period 2 action coming up here from Vernon as we get set here with Team Black getting ahead on the left wing side, working their way ahead on the right now as it's Barclay that tries to make his way back inside of the offensive zone. Shot that was blocked off there as it comes back down below the goal line, and up with that is Steele. Makes his way back out through center with that. Steele out across the left wing side, now carried ahead here by Short. Short advances in, trying to make his way toward the front of the goal as this puck will come back along the right wing side. So Team Black the 1-0 lead. Warner Callander the goal scorer for Team Black. Brought in the right side, now fed across left wing and a shot. That went up and over the goal. Bounced down below the goal line and around on the left wing side. Taken along here, and that's pushed back ahead through to center as Granger trying to get to that on the right wing before it was forced away and back out through to center now as Short will take over. Short advancing that ahead across the blue line down the right wing side. Short from the corner, tried to center it back out in front on a backhand, and that was pushed just wide of the net by Minibariat. On the loose to the side of the goal, Max Davis trying to track it down on his blocker's side before it was put out sharply there, and a rebound came right back out in front. Short turns and fires, and a glove save by Davis to hang on to that and cover up with just over a minute and a half gone here in this second period. 1-0 the score remains in favor of Team Black in this game. Face off to the glove side of the goal of Davis. Off the face off, Team Black will take over and start ahead. Down the left wing side, working back in. The centering attempt to the front of the net that was knocked down. Now Black back with it again as this puck will work back around the boards on the right side. And Karam's back along to the blue line where it's collected up and started back the other way here by Team Black as they'll work in. Down to the left wing corner, a centering attempt in front's knocked down. Now side of the goal to the backhand. That one worked just away. Callander will come back the other way here for Team Black as he'll make his way up ice. Callander down the left wing side. A drop pass that's broken up. Out to center. This one worked back in deep here by Team Black and inside of Team Red territory. Sutherland ahead. Snapped ahead on the right side. That one's broken back inside of Team Red territory. Now it's Thorpe onto it. Thorpe going to play that puck ahead that was knocked down. Thorpe gets it back up ahead on the right wing side. Red will work back in. A long shot toward the goal. Davis the save. The rebound just forced away from the front of the net. And Karam's all the way back inside of Team Red territory. Here's Rositnik. Tried to make a move. He turned it over and Corkle scores. And Team Black doubles their lead on a turnover inside the Team Red zone. And it's Kane Corkle who finds the loose puck and buries it past the blocker's side of Roche on a 2-0 Team Black lead. So Kane Corkle gets the goal, his second of the weekend, that has pushed Team Black to a 2-goal advantage here in this second frame. Puck thrown up and over the goal and wide as this will come back around on the right wing side and bank back out through to center now as forcing that along in the left wing. Here is Team Black back inside of the Team Red territory. Camo now sends it ahead. De Silva to the middle. Here comes Red back in with a shot up and over the goal. Puck caroms off the end boards and taken the other way by Blacks. They'll work it back out through to center and all the way down inside of Team Red territory. So Red back for it. They're going right to left here in the second. Left to right will go Black. Fighting for that puck, and Red will force it back down below the goal line. Camo now up the right side. Puck sent ahead now is De Silva. Trying to make a play on that before that was knocked down and inside of Team Black territory. This puck's taken away. Here comes Sluggett now. Played across left wing side. Black onto it now in a centering attempt to the front of the goal that was knocked down. Red now a centering feed up the right side. De Silva carrying back in on the right wing. De Silva in the right circle. Lost the handle on that one as Black will come back the other way and get ahead through center with this. Knox can't get the handle now in neutral ice. Red back onto it as he'll play it out to neutral as Sluggett just past him and worked back in by Mondu. Charted ahead on the right wing here by Team Red, working in deep down below the goal line. Centering a pass in front was Potash, just couldn't connect with his teammate at the front of the goal. Brought the other way now Lodge. Lodge tried to carry it back in. Knocked down for Knox on the right wing side. Thrown wide of the goal there, and that was Potash that able to get the puck free to safety. Short will counter and come back in on the right wing. Short tried to work his way back down low. That was intercepted and brought back the other way by Knox. Knox through center across the blue line. Tried to work his way back in offensively. Minna bury it now behind the net. Wraps it around on the right side and it floats back out through center. Here's Short back in. Right wing to the net. Fired it low and wide. Puck caroms all the way around on the left wing and out to center. Callander now spinning it back in now as Barclay as he'll go off for a change. With 14:40 to go here in the second. Puck played back down low now. Callander back behind the net. You get the handle on it here as Callander still digging for it back in the corner. Falk looking for it as well. Up the boards left wing side, and it'll be Team Black that'll force this puck out of their own end. Played ahead there by Raymond up the boards on the left wing side. That was cut off and now brought back to the right wing circle here for Red. Pass back to the middle. Intercepted. Black will take this back the other way. Working ahead with that is Callander, but defended neatly there as getting him off the puck was Bryson Frank. Played up the boards, now held on here as the puck comes back around to the right side. And it is Roll that will get to it and play it in deep. Around the boards below the goal line. Max Osgood now. Osgood shredded off a check. Played back around to the right side and picked up here by Red as they'll advance back ahead. Thorpe across on the left wing. Broken up and sent ahead on the left side here for Black as it's worked back in. And a chance to the net for Lodge. Put to the goal and off the left pad of Roche. That puck went away. Good stop there by Roche to keep the game just a 2-0 score. This team's deficit. Played back around in the corner. Up the boards, right point. Roll a long shot off the blocker of the goaltender in Roche. Back along with it down behind the net. Battle for it here, back along the boards with 13:10 to go here in the second. Puck is dislodged and worked free out to center. Carried ahead on the right wing by Red now is trying to advance that one in. Down below the goal line here is Keenan. Trent Keenan looking for it below the goal line, but Team Black will take over and trying to start their way back out of their own end. Stretch pass to center. Now here's Camo now with it on the left side. Camo out to neutral ice. Neal lost the handle on it. Got it back again just outside the blue line. Forced back onto the right wing side and carried back in now into the right wing corner here by Team Red. They'll work in, and that was a centering pass as that was Rezitnik that tried to make his way to the middle. Broken up and sent back to the line and taken back the other way here by Black. Lodge ahead couldn't find the handle. Brought back the other way by Red. Carried in, it's Birch, cuts to the high slot with the shot. Went off a body and just wide before it could get to the front of the goal. Played all the way out through to center now as Team Black will make their way ahead. Knox tried to chip it by, and well offside is Black as that was Romadnik that tried to make his way back inside of the offensive zone. So 12:08 to go here in this second period. And a face-off that'll come back inside of neutral territory. Back around the boards on the left wing side. Gonna work that one back around to the blue line. Up with that is Granger. Gonna send that down low. Slug it there to pick that puck off as it's worked up off the glass and held on side of the left wing point by Barclay. Up down low below the goal line now as it's Black that will take over. Puck sent ahead through to center. Granger back onto it at neutral ice as he tried to work it back in. Black picked it off and brought back the other way as they'll work in with 11.5 to go here in the second. Down to the corner now for Getz. Getz tried to throw it back in front that was knocked away. Red will take that over and start it back ahead through center. In across the blue line. down the left wing side. Down below the goal line now is Potash, still going to try and find the handle on that. Played back around to the circle, and now taken over here by Black as they'll advance their way back out through the neutral zone. Down the left wing side, driving wide. Here's Callander working in, a centering pass. Black scores. What a feed by Werner Callander, and it's put home on the back door by Team Black and Nathan Sluggett to make it 3-0. And a face-off will come back at center. As Minneberia will find the handle now with 9 minutes gone here in the second period. Here comes Steele down the left side with a shot, and Davis able to keep it underneath of his left pad and out of the goal. Face-off that'll come back inside of Team Black territory now as it's chopped at and thrown back along to the left wing side and pushed back along right wing here for Team Black, who will try and take on to this puck out to center. 3-0 the score in favor of Team Black as Red back on the puck here inside of their own end. Worked back on inside of the zone and covered up and held by Team Red with 10:33 to go here in period number 2. It's about halfway through the second period, and a 3-0 game in favor of Team Black. So they've scored twice so far here in the second period. And we have a goaltending switch now for Red, so it'll be Roche that will come out of the net, and it will be Jaden Avery who will come on here for the remainder of period 2 and for the entirety of period 3. And a goaltending switch for Black as well. So Davis is out. And we'll bring on Michael Ledoux, who's going to come in net here for Team Black. So all the goaltenders getting into this game today. All 4 of them will find their way into the net. I wonder for Team Black, because they played goal, and it'd be interesting to know. We can ask Steve McCammon actually about it. He's going to come up in our second intermission to chat. He's the head coach of Team Black, and interesting to find out if that was shot by Cohen short wide of the goal off the rush. If that was a pre-planned thing, or if that's something that Team Black decided to do right now, and a quick chance in front, and a goal for Team Red to get back into it. And right at the front of the goal on a great feed in front, it's Casey Minneberia who's got his first of the weekend. Nice pass from below the goal line by Nate Steele. And he finds Minneberia, who hammers it home on the first shot that Michael Ledoux has to face. Makes it a 3-1 hockey game here in period number 2. Out at center now, it's Red that will work this puck back in. Drop pass there, knocked down in the right wing circle, moving and now shaking to the front of the net, stopped by Ledoux. The opportunity that came from Neal from the right side. They have seen Black use the goaltender in full games in the first and the second game, but today deciding to mix it up and playing each of them halfway through. Bounce back out to center. Now Barclay will get it in deep. Red has stayed consistent with playing each goaltender halfway through each game. Puck put to the net and off the outside of the goal. Barclay with a great look there to try and restore the 3-goal lead for Team Black. Side of the net, that puck put back out to center and all the way down inside of Team Black territory. So it's Ledoux who will give it along now and roll off the boards. He can't clear. Red onto it now as it's thrown wide of the goal. That came off the stick of Thorpe. Went back down in the left wing corner. 9 minutes to go here in the second period. That comes loose back along to the left circle, out to the slot with that, and unable to make a play on that. There was Team Red. We got a penalty coming up here, and it's our first one of the game, and it's going to be coincidental penalties that are going to come to both Trent Keenan, also Rona Raymond. It'll be a slashing call and a head contact penalty. And it'll be 5-on-5 here with 8:59 to go in the third period. Those are our first penalties of this entire game. A face-off that will come back out to neutral ice. .8:59 to go here in the second period. And that puck pushed back out through the center, now brought ahead here by Granger. Left wing feed to Silva to the net, off a stick, up and out of play. And a face-off will remain back inside of Team Black territory.
I don't think any of us here were allowed.
So this face-off will come to the blocker side of the goal of Ledoux. So Drava will come back to the blocker side of Ledoux now. 8:40 to go here in the second period in a 3-1 game. Puck sent ahead. Here's Falk back with it. Drops it back off behind the goal. Slug it. Works it ahead on the right wing side and carried back out to center. Now here comes Osgood working down the right wing side. Osgood, a centering pass, scores! And Theo Falk has another goal this weekend. A great pass from Max Osgood off the rush. Falk finishes off the play, and it's 4-1 Team Black. Black has come back and gotten their 3-goal lead back, and it's Theo Falk again. He's been such a big contributor to the offensive attack for this Team Black team, and he's got another one here in this game as he goes and finds the backdoor feed from Max Osgood. A gorgeous finish to make this a 4-1 game. Brought back in by Sluggett again. Got a strong performance here in this one as it's brought back ahead on the right wing side. Team Red back in now down the right wing and stripped of it there as it's taken over by Romadnik as he'll start back in. Romadnik makes his way back in on the right wing side, down the right wing. Kennedy centering a pass right in front that was just broken up. Played back along to the right wing side and nicely held on there by Lodge now for Sluggett. Works it down to the corner, back in front for Lodge. Loose puck comes left wing side and thrown just wide of the goal there by Smith. Puck battled for here in the right corner. Dug for it there as that puck comes back around the boards, and Smith trying to get back onto it here as it's lifted back ahead through the center. Steele carries back in across the line and tried to make a move there. Nice play by Sluggett defensively to work that puck to the corner. Up the middle of the ice now for Smith. Smith on the right wing side. Can't get around a check there as that comes loose back inside of the Team Red zone. Here's Sutherland now with it. Sutherland back ahead on the right side now out to center. Carried back in by Steele. Steele back in the right wing corner now with 7:10 to go here in period 2. Lost the handle and that comes back to the line. Sutherland a long shot. Fired it up and over the goal. Back around along the left wing side and forced back in front. A shot by Minnie Barry. It just rose up and over the goal, and that try from the right wing side is flung up and out of play. On a look there for Team Red with 6:55 to go here in the second period, and the game 4-1 in favor of Team Black so far here today. Draw will come back to the glove side of the goal of the netminder in the way of Ledoux as that comes back to the middle, and now Team Black will start ahead. Carried up ahead through center now, down the left wing side is Knox. Kendall Knox down low, below the goal line there, tied up on the end boards. Bouncing puck comes loose back in front to the backhand, scores! Another one for Team Black. As right in front, showing off great hands, is Beckham Getz, who's able to find the back of the goal and make it a 5-1 Team Black lead. Beckham Getz right in front from the forehand to the backhand, slides it past Jaden Avery. And Getz able to put Team Black up by 4, a 5-1 lead here for Black in the second period. Getz works it back in again. Down to the left wing corner now, walking to the front of the goal and just couldn't complete the pass. Now back up to the right wing point. Here's Kaiser. Kaiser holds and shoots. That one fired just wide. Back around to the left wing side. Here's Black back onto it now at the midpoint. Making a move is Knox. He's got a man on him. He dropped it back off for Kaiser. Puck just through his legs as this is forced back down inside of Team Black territory before it's Red that will take over and send it out to center. Now remember, we have seen a large comeback already today. Team Gray earlier today was down 5-0. They were down 7-3 going into the third period and made their way back to win that game 10-8 this morning. So we'll see if Red has some of that magic in them. And a shot to the front of the net. The save made by Ledoux. Rebound to the top of the right circle. Back across left side. Here's Granger holding and shooting. He fired that one wide. Bounced off the inboards and just carried wide and forced all the way back out to center. Granger ahead. Knocked down. Osgood back in down the left wing side. Osgood tried to make his way back toward the middle of the ice with that was cut off and played back around to the right wing corner. Osgood right circle, still holding. Back across left side to the net, punched away from the front of the goal. Back along with that at the left point there is Raymond, who swings it back down to the left wing half board. Here's Falk. Falk across right side. Roll letting it go there for Callander. Callander at the line, holding it on. Knocked down by Sumner, but picked up and played down low there by Raymond. Back in the left wing circle. Battle for it here. Now up with the puck is Osgood. Osgood delaying back behind the net. Still with it now as he comes out to the right circle. Left wing feed. Raymond holds. He shoots off the post. Good look there for Team Black, continuing to pressure inside of the offensive zone. And Raymond with a shot that will come from the left wing side that rang off the post on the blocker side and out. Face-off that will come to the blocker side of the goal of Jaden Avery. And off the face-off now, this puck pushed back out to the blue line and worked back into the left wing corner. Here's Declan Smith back onto it now. Back around the goal on the right side. Jousted for here and Steele up the boards, trying to get the handle on it. Roll trying to find it as well. A big hit there as Corkle was plastered down on the right wing half board. Scramble for it here and now played back out through to center as it's Sluggett that will get onto it here for Team Black. We've got a penalty coming up here to Team Red. Black onto it here as they'll throw it back down ice. Icing is called for and touched up there by Red. So it's going to be a holding penalty that's going to be upcoming here to Red. And it's going to go against the defender in Bryson Frank. And a power play opportunity upcoming here for Team Black. Their first of the game. First power play opportunity for either team here this afternoon. I've only seen 2 penalties, but both of them were coincidentals. Face-off will come to the glove side of the net of the goaltender Jaden Avery. Barclay on the face-off, scrambled in the draw. Getz trying to find it as well. Puck forced around to the right point. Madnick across and a quick shot fired just wide. That came off the stick of a hard shot by Sluggett. Back down below the goal line now. This puck rattled around the left wing side. Held on there and pushed back along to the blue line and now back across right wing side. Another penalty coming to Team Red. Romadnik now, Sluggett another try, went up and over the goal. Gathered up there on the right side by Black once more. Into the corner Knox and now touched up here by Team Red. So penalty coming up here to Red once again. And it'll be a 5-on-3 power play for a minute and 24 seconds for Team Black. as it's going to be Tyler Rositnik going off for a boarding penalty. Power play chance now. It's a gain for Team Black, but now to a 5-on-3 man advantage. So Team Black, who has had all the pressure here in this game so far, went back to the power play, and now a 2-man advantage here to try and extend their lead, already up by a 5-1 score. Rattled around on the left wing side. Palander back to the blue line. Here's slugging across right side. Osgood delays. Midpoint feed now for Romadnik. Across right wing side. Osgood trying to get it back for Sluggett. Thrown toward the front of the net. And steered away from the front of the goal, and a save by Avery. He'll hang on and cover up. Face-off that'll come to the glove side. With 3:11 to go here in the second. 1:07 to go here in this 5-on-3 power play. Off the face-off, puck put back to the line. Held on here by Black. Here's Kaiser. Back across left wing side. Mondu back for Kaiser. Right side, Osgood to the net on the one-timer that went off the outside of the goal. Puck back around to the right side, Osgood. Midpoint, Kaiser. Kaiser back to the right side. Osgood delays, right circle to the net. That was blocked. Getting a piece of that was Granger. Puck held on there at the midpoint for Kaiser. Left side moving in. Trying to center that pass back out in front. Getting that back again. Backdoor pass. Osgood to the net, and Avery got across and makes a glove save. Osgood in the right face-off circle had a chance to get to the front of the net with that shot, and he did. And good job by Jaden Avery to get across to make that glove stop with half a minute to go in this power play opportunity of the 5-on-3 variety here for Team Red. Puck forced up to the line. Roll will hold it onside. Left wing feed. Back across for Roll. Takes that off the boards. Laid it along right circle for Lodge. Lodge back across left wing. Off the boards. Now Raymond will send it in deep. Here's Smith back behind the net. Sweeps it around back up to the right half board for Lodge. Lodge right circle to the goal, up and over the goal. 7 seconds remaining here in this power play of the 5-on-3 chance. High slot, Raymond now walks in, takes a shot. That was blocked. Puck comes for Roll out of the box. Now we're back to a 5-on-4 as that's puck cleared down ice as Frank is out of the penalty box. So half a minute to go here in this 5-on-4 power play now for Team Black. Minute 45 to go here in the second. Rattled back in from center by Lodge. Around the boards in the left wing. Knocked down below the goal line now as it's played back around to the right side. Here's Lodge back with it again. Lodge inside the line, holding high slot, takes the shot. That was blocked. Puck comes loose back to the corner for Lodge once more. 5 seconds to go in the power play. Here's Lodge, another try to the net. Loved and held by Avery. So Team Red able to kill off the 5-on-3 and the subsequent 5-on-4 after that. And we've got a minute 24 remaining here in the second and a 2-1 game in favor of Team Black. Puck comes back to the right wing side as Barclay. Like a play on it back to the blue line and down the right wing circle. Taken by Barclay once again. Barclay down to the left wing corner. Lost the handle on that. Brought back the other way now as it's carried out ahead to center here by Team Black. Forced back into the left wing corner now. Below the goal line. Final minute of play here in period 2. Here's Granger, a long shot from the line. Gloved and held. First save in a while for Ledoux. And he's able to get the handle on that and get a face-off that'll come back inside of Team Black territory. And a draw that will come to the right of the Team Black goal with 54 seconds to go here in the second period. 5-1 the score remains. Off the draw, that puck forced up and over the goal and around the wall on the right wing side. That will come back out to center. Red will continue to control. Here's Granger back with it on the left wing. Try to get that back ahead through center. Granger in a secondary effort now. Knocked down, loose puck just outside the line. Healthy battle for it here as Steele tried to find it as well. Slashed the stick out of the hands of the defender there and slugging it back in. A long shot up and over the goal. 30 seconds to go here in period number 2. And that puck lifted up and out of play. And a face-off that'll come back inside of neutral territory. And draw that will actually come back inside of Team Red territory now with 23 seconds remaining here in the second. 5-1 the score in favor of Team Black. The face-off now, this puck put back inside of Team Red territory. Black back with it. There's Kaiser, right wing side for Falk. Falk to the middle, that's broken up. Red will come back the other way with it now. Out to center, work down the left wing side. Here's Steele. Steele working in, centering left, circle shot stop. Rebound put up and over the goal. Minaberia looking for a last-second try for Red, but just fired it up and over the cage. And after 2 periods, a 4-goal second period for Team Black has them ahead 5-1, heading into period number 3. So a 5-1 advantage here for Team Black after the opening period, and the goal from Warner Calander. It's Kane Cordell who made it a 2 for Black before Casey Minaberia put Red on the board to make it a 3-1 game. Theo Falk and Beckham Getz found their way to the back of the net later on in the period, and that's made it a 5-1 score in favor of Team Black after 40 minutes of play. Shots on goal in that period, 10-9 for Team Black. It's 20-19 Team Red after 2 periods of play. Take a look at who stars. The Games Grit and Grind Award will be coming up after this, presented by Brown's Social House. Nick Roughton and Coldwell Banker Executives Realty as the 3 stars. Player Nutrition from Nature's Fair. BioSteel Platinum sponsor, as well as Iron Ghost Construction. Elite Prospects is My Hockey and the Up My Hockey podcast, and A. Kane Hockey, a silver sponsor as well. 2 periods in the books, 5-1 the score in favor of Team Black. As we're back for period number 3 after this, we'll see if we can get Dean McCammon up here as well, the Team Black head coach as well. This is the UMH-68 BC Invitational here from Vernon at Cal Tire Place North.
but for some reason I was connecting you with Sam.
And we welcome you back inside of Cal Tire Place North here in Vernon. Trevor Miller with the head coach of Team Black, Team McCammon. Team 5-1 lead for your team going into the third period, a 4-goal second. What was the rally cry that you gave them after one period to come out with a strong outburst in the second?
Well, you know, I just tried to get them to start thinking through the way that you compete in a game. You know, I talked about everywhere on the ice, doesn't matter if it's in the offensive zone, defensive zone, neutral zone. When you're attacking the player, you're angling a player, or you're trying to, every little one-on-one battle, every second you're playing a one-on-one battle. And we have to realize that it's not just a one-on-one battle in front of our net that's going to cost us. It's all the little one-on-one battles all over the ice. And as soon as you let that one-on-one battle behind you, or you don't finish the guy, or he makes a play, you're losing that battle. So I don't know, they responded. We worked on just some of the concepts we got to get to just have more puck time and get speed through the neutral zone, and they actually started executing, so it paid off.
Yeah, and the great weekend here. Obviously, you've been a part of these a couple of times now, where it's just a collaboration of a lot of players that come in, and you know, it's the middle of June. There's a lot of other things that could be going on right now, but I know from your playing days, how impressive is it to see some of these kids, and just the fact that, you know, it seems like they can strap on skates and go out there and play the same way they would if it was December.
Yeah, well, that's called being youth, right? That's the youth part about it.
You could do that now, I'm sure.
Not even close. But what's hard is for these guys is that they move around from team to team, spring team, and as they move up through minor hockey, those guys change, and so there's a lot of uncertainty, friendships and all that. So you get here and there's a lot of guys that don't know each other, and they're trying to produce, they're trying to perform. As a coach, you don't know who to play. You got to kind of watch for 2 or 3 games to see guys' tendencies and who might work together, and you move them around, and so they've got a lot of changes happening, and so like it's just a matter trying to keep them just engaged is a big part. And you know, yesterday we got shelled and they were a little dejected, so today we just had a few things to focus on, and we kind of cashed in early, so our energies are up.
Yeah, lastly for you, before you get back on the bench, what's the message going into the third period? Is it, again, just trying to keep that energy up, trying to keep things going? First of 2 games on the day, so that energy will have to stay through for the next game in the semifinal, but obviously want to finish this one off here today.
Yeah, I'm not going to get in the way in between periods today here on this second intermission. I'm going to go in and say he's doing some great things, maybe focus on a couple little house cleaning items, and then just point them in the right direction, see how it turns out.
Well, we look forward to a good third period in the rest of the day. Appreciate you coming up. Thanks for this, Dean. Welcome back inside of Cal Tire Place North here in Vernon. Trevor Miller here with you. Third period action. And the final period, potentially, of our round robin play. Here is the Team Black taking on Team Red. Team Black with a 5-1 lead after 2 periods of play. As we get set for period number 3 here from Vernon and the UMH-68 BC Invitational. Puck loose in the left wing circle now as Red trying to find the handle on that as it's forced back around and up the left wing side. Played back here for Team Black as it's Falk that will get to it now, and he'll work that ahead on the left wing for Osgood. Max Osgood back in front and trying to find the handle on that as it's forced just away from the front of the goal, and that good look. Another opportunity toward the front of the net. Now Osgood back with it again once more. Osgood out from his own zone. Force this back in deep inside of offensive territory as Aiden Potash back for this here for Team Red, trying to make his escape ahead. That rolls all the way down ice. That will go back down below the goal line here off to the left side of the goaltender Michael Ledoux, and back the other way comes Team Black as they'll make their way ahead. They'll force their way back in on the right side. Puck will come back to the line and held on side here by Black as it's fired around the boards on the right wing, and Red trying to get to it here. Red down 5-1, looking to try and get their first win of the weekend, and being tough here as this game continues on as here comes Red that will counter and carry back up the ice. Neal in the middle. Lost the handle on that, now carried back out through to center and fired back in from neutral ice there by Team Black. Granger in the corner for Red trying to go after it. Comes back up the boards on the left wing side and held on at the line by Lodge before it's taken over there by Camo and forced back out through to center. Team Black back onto the puck. Lodge back inside of the offensive zone. Here's Granger back for it now. 2 minutes gone in this third period. Stretched back out to center and played back in there by Roll. Team Red back out with it now. Played back around and up the boards. Bouncing puck comes loose and now Lodge getting to it. Around the wall, that will come and now back out through to center. It is possessed by Getz and forced back ahead. Getz on the right wing side will play it back in now. Here's Thorpe. Thorpe working in, high slot, holds, shoots and scores. Team Red on the board in the third period. Chase Thorpe with a long shot that finds its way past the blocker side. And Team Red looking to mount their comeback bid just under 2.5 minutes into the third. They make it a 5-2 game. So 17:33 to go here in the third period. Chase Thorpe's made this a 5-2 game as this puck back inside of Team Black territory. Mondu tried to make a play ahead and broken up and sent back inside of Team Red territory now as they'll get this ahead through to center. Work back and across the blue line now. De Silva, left wing feed. That one forced just wide of the net and started back ahead up the right wing boards and back out through to center. Puck is bouncing its way back along to the right circle. Red will gather, fire on net. That was stopped by the mask of Jaden Tracy. Bouncing puck put back to the middle and forced ahead here by Red as they'll advance their way in. Down the left wing side, cut to the front of the net. Backhander on save, rebounded. Stretching out is Ledoux to hang on to it. As Red worked their way in, and it was Chase De Silva who couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe that he had the opportunity and couldn't believe he got the rebound chance and just couldn't bury it. Draw that will come back to the glove side of the goal of Ledoux. As it's Team Black looking to try and force their way back to the back of the net again. 5-2 game now as they find themselves up by 3. Puck chipped ahead and back out through to center. Worked along right wing side. Here's Short now with it. Short across left wing, now back in front. Short on the backhand. Tried to go back for that one before it's broken up and back the line. Potash down the left wing. Potash down low behind the net, working it along to the right wing corner, swings it back along. There's a centering feed, came right back in front. Kalander up the wall on the right side, tries to work that out. Held on side there by Team Red before it's blocked. That takes it away, and Falk's in alone. Falk to the backhand. He scores. Theo Falk just doing what he's done all weekend long. Another goal for Falk, and it's 6-2 for Team Black. So Theo Falk with another one, as he's able to find the back of the goal once again. Falk, his 4th goal of the tournament so far. And it's put Team Black ahead by a 6-2 margin here in this 3rd period. Madnick now will play this puck ahead and out to center. Team Black back with it again on the left wing side. Smith forced it ahead. Here's Camo now. They'll give it across on the left wing and now back out through to center. It's played back in here by Red. Forced back down below the goal line now. Romadnik will let this go around left wing side and played back out to center, and now carried ahead here by Lodge. Lodge advancing in down the left side. Lodge a centering pass off the outside of the net. Worked around to the right wing corner and taken along here by Team Black at center. Declan Smith will work his way back in. Smith makes a spin move to get around a check. Smith another move, cuts to the net, and a save by Every. Terrific stuff there by Theo Falk. Down the right side, another quick move that's fired wide. Puck will come back up the boards on the right wing side, and now Sluggett will get back onto it. So Falk now 6 goals here in the tournament so far. Sluggett right circle. Turns it back and drops it off. Played loose now as that puck is back up on the right wing side, and now pushed back to the middle and now played back out towards center. Here comes Team Black the other way, and a quick shot there put on, a save, a rebound chance, and a bouncing puck that goes to the corner. Puck around to the right wing side. And that puck put up and out of play. And the faceoff that will come back to the right side of the goal of Team Red's netminder in the way of Jaden Avery. 14:25 to go here in the 3rd period. 6-2 the score in favor of Team Black in this one. Puck lifted back down inside of Team Red territory now, as down below the goal line. A healthy battle ensuing on that one. Barclay trying to get this puck free as he's worked down to the ice by a couple of Team Red defenders. Still loose there on the left wing side. Burns trying to find this now. Puck will be worked up the wall on the left wing side and back to the circle where it's taken over by Team Red, and they'll advance their way ahead. Lifted in deep down by De Silva. Back behind the goal and working around is Ledoux. On the way around the wall on the right wing side. De Silva still with it there as they'll try to center it back to the middle. Force back around to the corner now for Toll. Roll will try to work it back up the wall, but De Silva knocked that one down. Still a battle there in the right wing corner as everybody trying to dig this one free. Referee telling them to move the puck. They will now as it's up with that. Here's Team Red. Here's Sutherland with a shot from the line. Knocked down in front. And they might get caught. Burned up high as that puck is played all the way back out to center. Here's Rositnik back with it now. As Rositnik will make his way ahead. Force his way back in as that puck is thrown back around to the left side. Now back in front to the backhand goes Osgood. Good save by Jaden Avery. 7 minutes gone here in period number 3. Avery a big save there in front on Max Osgood. Down for the puck along the left side. Falk will play it around the boards. Taken here by Osgood. Brushed up to the neutral zone, or brushed up to the line. Now Kaiser can't hold it in. Team Red back the other way. Trying to get some separation and putting that puck in the middle. And De Silva tried to find Short going toward the front of the net, but just couldn't feed him the pass. And only upcoming here to Team Red once again as Black will possess, and out of their own zone they will come. Here's Falk now with it. Turning around left wing circle. Down to the left wing half board now is a 6-on-5 attack with an end empty. Kalander with a shot, that one off a stick and touched up there at the side of the goal by Potash. So 12:15 to go here in this third period. And a penalty coming up here against Aiden Potash, who touched the puck. He'll go to the skate to the penalty box, and a power play opportunity for Team Black. Interference the call. We'll see a power play come and a face-off to the blocker's side of the goaltender in Avery. Off the face-off, this one pushed wide and off the boards on the left wing side and down ice. So 8 minutes gone here in the third period. And this puck around the boards on the right side now where Kaiser will get to it. Kaiser put it along out through center now as worked back in here by the forward in Lodge, who spins and fires and scores. What a goal by Jackson Lodge, who got to open ice and unsuspectingly let that shot go past the blocker's side of Jaden Avery. A power play goal for Team Black and a 7-2 lead.
Nice pass, Lonzo.
So 11:49 to go here in period number 3. And Team Black once again finding the back of the net. This time it's Jackson Lodge who picks up the goal and makes this a 7-2 game. Puck loose, high slot. Spun and fired toward the front of the goal by Kane Corkle, just missing wide. Back behind the net, now picked up here by Team Red as they'll try and work their way out of their own zone. Sutherland back inside of his own end. He's being hounded here by Smith, who able to take the puck away from him. Smith on the right wing side tries to work it back up the boards. Still loose there along the wall on the right wing, and that's bounced back out to center by Team Red as they'll exchange their way ahead. Here's Keenan down the right wing. Trent Keenan, sharp angle from below the bottom of the right circle, and good stop made there on the left wing side by Ledoux. Puck sent ahead and worked back up through the middle. Played back out down to the right wing circle, and a backhanded shot thrown to the front of the net. And Jaden Avery able to make that save and hang on for a face-off. Draw that will come back inside of Team Red territory with 10:51 to go here in the third. 7-2 the score in favor of Team Black. Again, if Team Black wins this game, move themselves to 2-1. They play in the later semifinal and would take on Team Blue. That would be Team Red would take on Team Gray. In the first semifinal, that would come up at 4:15. The later semifinal at 6:45. Puck down to the right corner now, below the goal line here. This puck is worked around and up with that now. It's taken over here by Team Red. Thrown to the net by Potash. That's stopped. Very similar to what we saw on the opening day, actually. It was Team Red, Team Gray that were the first game. Team Black, Team Blue were the second, or Team Black and Team Blue were the second game of that opening day on Friday. So penalty again to Team Red. It's going to be a tripping call. That's going to go against the forward and Chase De Silva. Power play opportunity upcoming here once again for Team Black. They're fourth of the game. They're 0 for 3, or they're 1 for 3 so far here in the game, and a 5-on-3 as well. Team Red has yet to get a power play so far here in this one. Puck at center. Romadnik knocked down. Brought back the other way here by Team Black as they'll make their way in the final 10 minutes here of period number 3. Puck worked around below the goal line and now brought back ahead through center as it's raced back out to center here by Short. Short advancing in. Tries to drive his way into the right wing side. That was broken up as Team Black will now take over and start ahead through to center. It's Osgood working his way through the middle of the ice. Osgood down the right wing side, now dropping it off on the left wing, and the puck knocked away as that will come back out loose to center. Now broken back ahead. Here's Short back on the right wing. Short carrying in with a shot that was stopped and a good save made there by Ledoux. Rebound started back ahead as Team Black trying to catch red up ice on this power play opportunity. Puck forced back in and worked down below the goal line. Here's Camo now trying to dig for it. Puck sent loose back in the right wing corner, and that will stop play. And a faceoff that will now come back inside of Team Red territory. Faceoff will take place on the glove side of the goal of Jaden Tracy with 9:06 to go here in the third. Off the draw now, put back to the blue line and taken along here on the left wing side. Raymond to the net, he fired it wide. Comes back along to the right side here and pushed back along to the left point now as Raymond will get to it. For the puck's forced back out through to center. And in neutral territory, Minabariat now will gather the handle and start down the right side with a quick shot, blockered up and out of play. Off that try that came from the right side. Good save made there by Ledoux with 8:34 remaining here in the third. 7-2. Team Black remains ahead in this one. Face off glove side of the goal of Ledoux. Off the draw now, it's Team Black that will get the handle on it, works it around the boards on the right side, and now out through center comes Black. They'll make their way ahead. Charging in on the right wing side, stopping up there is Lodge. Lodge trying to hold on to it. He's knocked down, puck comes free back in the right wing corner. Team Black trying to dig for it now, out of the box, and back in play is De Silva, so we're back to 5-on-5. Comes loose back of the line, that's broken up, and now a chance the other way. Here comes Thorpe, looking for his second of the game. Thorpe to the net on the forehand, great save with the right pad by Ledoux. He stretched out to stop Thorpe on the breakaway try. Around the boards now is Sutherland to drop this down low. Played around the wall on the right wing side there by Raymond. Back to the line and held on side here by Team Red. Back with that on the right wing. Spinning that one is Keenan. Keenan tried to drop it down low. Forced back along to the right wing. Now back to the line. Sutherland is shot. Steered away once again by Ledoux. Comes back along the left wing and forced back down below the goal line now. Battle for it here is up with that and whipping it around the boards is Black to the line. Sutherland a long try. Redirected wide of the goal is Keenan. Right in front, had that puck tipped to the corner. Comes back around on the right wing, now thrown toward the front of the goal once again. Pushed back to the line, holding, shooting, firing that one wide. There was Team Red back of the blue line on a good look there. That was Rositnik that put that one on. Now Rositnik picks that one off and starts ahead. Works into the slot with a shot off the stick of Roll, up and out of play. A defensive play there in the middle of the ice by the defender and Ewan Roll. Victoria native was able to get his stick in the way of that and force it out of play with under 7 to go here in the third, and 7-2 the score in favor of Team Black. Off the face-off now, it's thrown down low. There's Black back up with it now. Kaiser head through center. Bouncing puck comes through the middle of the ice and bounced ahead and worked back along the left wing side. So it's Team Red back onto it. Sent ahead at center. Trying to get the handle there through the neutral zone was De Silva. Forced back down to the left wing corner now is Red back onto it and thrown toward the glove hand. And making that save and hanging on is the goaltender in the way of Ledoux. So another faceoff will come back inside the Team Black zone. 6.5 to go here in the third. 7-2 our score remains. Faceoff comes to the blocker side of Ledoux. Off that draw. Puck pushed back to the blue line now. Fanning on that attempt at the line, but holding it on here is Frank as he pushed it back along to the right wing half board. Puck put toward the front of the goal. That one's knocked down. Comes loose back out to center. Here's Falk down carrying with it. Falk pushed to the middle. Can't connect with his man as he was trying to find that play up ice. And Now banked ahead here as Team Red will work in. Here's Potash, right circle, takes the shot. That was blocked before it could get to the front of the net. Good defensive play is getting back there was Mondu to knock that one down. Played across right side, quick opportunity for Birch, and he fired a one-timer wide. Dropped down below the goal line. Birch back behind the net with it now. Played it around to the corner and up the boards, left wing point, holding, shooting as Camo tipped on, they score. A nice little redirection in front, and right at the front of the goal, getting the redirection on that is Ethan Sumner, who buries to make it a 7-3 game. .540 to go here in the third period, and it's Ethan Sumner on a redirection in front on the shot that comes from the blue line and finds its way past the blocker's side of the goal of Ledoux. So the goal scored there by Sumner makes it a 7-3 game with .540 to go here in the third. Puck forced ahead on the right wing side here, and out to center will come Team Black as they'll dump the puck in down below the goal line and working around to the front of the net, and they score. Declan Smith right in front. Right after Team Red gets the goal, Smith comes back and scores to make it 8-3. So Team Black, just moments after Red, was able to make it a 7-3 game. It's an 8-3 score, as coming back right after that to score is Team Black to get themselves back to a 5-goal advantage here with just over 5 minutes to go in this third period. Puck forced ahead by Red as they'll try to work their way back in the offensive zone. Stopping and shooting there has been a bury it. That one stopped. The rebound comes out and fired away on the right wing side as Team Black will advance ahead. Worked up the right wing side, now trying to drive his way toward the front of the goal there. And good opportunity there for Black, just couldn't be corralled. Back the other way, comes short, centering a pass in front. Knocked away as Black will turn it back the other way and come up ice. Here's Smith with under 5 to go in the third. Forcing his way in, locked off stride, sent back ahead through to center, and now carried back in, short right circle, back in front, a shot scores. It's Nate Steele who finds the slot shot and buries it over the blocker's side and makes it 8-4. And Steele able to find that chance in the slot and bury it up and over the blocker's side of Ledoux with 4:45 to go in the third. 3 goals in the last minute, 15 seconds, and it made this an 8-4 game. Down below the goal line now, pushed around there, is on the right wing side, that's played along to the corner, and up with that is Raymond, trying to advance this puck ahead, out to center, now forced up here by Team Black, as that was Getz that just lost the handle. Brought back the other way on the right wing side, put to the net, and a save there by Mondu, and going hard into the left post was Ewan Roll. Roll going off the ice, holding his shoulder. And a face-off that'll come back inside the Team Black zone now with 4:17 to go in the third in an 8-4 game. Back along to the glove side, now put to the net, and a save made by Ledoux. Face-off will come back inside of the Team Black zone with 4:14 to go in the third. 8-4 the score in favor of Black. Off the draw, quick shot there by Keenan, that was knocked down. Thrown back in below the goal line now. Kaiser let it go along back behind the net. Barclay onto it now for Black. Barclay working it up the boards on the right wing side. Puck will come loose back inside the line, and that comes back out to center. Sutherland, right side for Keenan. Keenan will work it back in, and now Mondu will get the feed and fire it ahead to center. Knocked down and neutralized off the boards, and that will be Mondu that will take over back inside of his own zone. Got it ahead, looking for Getz. Pushed back out to center for Potash. Potash makes his way back in down the left wing side. Thrown to the goal, and Ledoux was able to steer that one away. Puck sent back behind the goal. Off the boards, back up the right wing side. Pushed back out to center there by Team Black. Played back ahead out through the neutral zone and inside of Team Black territory. Barclay will get to it and lift it off the boards. The left wing side out to center. De Silva back in his own end now as Red will work their way in deep here. Comes back along into the neutral zone and taken on here by Team Black as it's worked ahead by Knox. So we'll lay it back in deep. Down below the goal line now. Puck pushed wide to the blocker's side of the goal with under 3 to go here in the third. 8-4 Team Black remains ahead. Side of the net, sent to the goal. That was off a body and comes loose. Back to the side of the net once again. And Trace, the save made there. And a face-off will come back inside of Team Red territory as that was Jaden Avery who was able to keep that one out. Draw that will come back to the blocker side of the goal of the Team Red net. 2:47 to go here in the third. 8-4 the score remains in favor of Team Black. Back along right wing circle now, thrown toward the front of the net. That one steered away. Now quick shot from the slot by Sluggett was stopped before it could get toward the front of the net. Out through to center, racing back after the left wing side. There's Minabary now, try to center it back in front. Minabary working it along and now pushed to the middle and broken back up. Pushed along to the right wing side there for Granger. We got a penalty upcoming with 2:16 to go here in the third. Back behind the play was Max Osgood who got tied up with Nate Steele. The holding penalty coming up against Osgood, so Team Red will go to the power play for the first time here today with 2:16 left in the third period as Steele able to get the holding penalty to go against Osgood. Face-off will come back to the blocker's side of the goal. As it comes back along to the left wing point. Held on there by Camo. Camo drops it back off down the left wing side. Down below the goal line now, here's Steele. Steele works it back into the right wing circle. Steele still with it now as it's back up to the midpoint. Holding there is Granger. Left wing side now, Camo back across to the right. That was just behind the intended target in the way of Short. Loose puck comes to the middle now. Here's Minabary with a long shot up and over the goal. Back behind the net now, 1:45 to go in regulation. Around the boards on the right wing side. Thrown down below the goal line here is Sluggett along the end boards. Battling there with his men as that comes back around the wall. Here's Camo now at the left wing point. Throw it toward the front of the net. Loose puck there. Great save. Rebound chance in front. Ledoux an outstanding stop with the left pad. And it's forced back through the middle and broken ahead. Out through center by Team Black. They'll get it down ice. Great save by Ledoux in front of it. One-on-one opportunity there for Team Red. They couldn't cash. 55 seconds remains here in power play time for Team Red. And back in on the right wing side. That one thrown up and over the goal. Final minute of play here in period number 3. Brought ahead by Red through center. Carried ahead on the right side by Short. Past the middle is broken up. Here's Barclay that gets to it at center and will work this puck down ice. Down below the goal line, around the wall on the right wing side. 40 seconds remains here in period number 3. Brought ahead by Sutherland. He was run into. Puck comes loose back in the corner. Back up the boards on the right wing side. Short will drop it down low. Got it back again. Up to the top of the right circle. Holding and shooting there and firing it up and over the net was Rezitnik as that puck is laid off the glass and down ice. 20 seconds remains here in period 3. Up ice comes Team Red. They'll work in down the left side. Thrown up and over the goal. Out of the penalty box now is Osgood. We're back to 5-on-5. 10 seconds to go in the third. Potash a shot. That one stopped. Rebound comes loose back behind the goal. Tied up there on the end boards. Wrapped around on the right wing side. And that'll sound the buzzer on this one. The game comes to a close. And it's Team Black who wins it. 8-4 the final score as Team Black comes away victorious here on this Saturday afternoon. They finished their round robin with 2 wins and a defeat. Great effort from the goaltenders today, Max Davis and also Michael Ledoux come up with a big effort today for the combined victory, and it is a win for Team Black by a score of 8-4. And now we'll know where teams will play in semifinals after this, as Team Red finishes 0-3 in the round robin. Red will take on Gray coming up at 4:15. That will be the first semifinal. The second semifinal, Team Black, Team Blue, will take place at 6:45 later tonight. 2 teams shaking hands at center. We'll have our Grit and Grind Award, and then also our 3 stars of the game here today. A reminder, the Grit and Grind Award brought to you by Brown's Social House. Locally owned and operated, Brown's Social House Village Green provides the perfect balance between the neighborhood pub and upscale casual dining. Our guests experience a premium casual environment that makes them feel at home, and that's what the term Social House is about. It's that simple. 3 stars of the game, Nick Ruffton with Coldwell Bankers, a proud sponsor of the 3 stars. Nick and his team at Coldwell have been a proud sponsor of the 3 stars since the inception of the UMH-68 Invitational. Nick believes in relationships over transactions. Visit Vernon and Armstrong homefinder.com to connect with Nick today. So we'll get our 3 stars and our Grit and Grind Award winner situated. Have a little break, maybe a little siesta for some, and then back to action later on today. As we get set for our player of the game and our 3 stars in our Grit and Grind Award presentation upcoming here at ice level after Team Black and Team Red, an 8-4 Team Black victory to finish off the round robin here this afternoon, and get ready for our semifinals coming up at 4:15 and 6:45 later on today.
Good afternoon, welcome to our first presentation for this game, our final round series. Time now for our presentation. First of all, the Grit and Grind Award brought to you by Brown's Social House at the Village Green Mall. The recipient will receive a $30 gift certificate to Brown's Social House. The winner in this game from Team Red, number 9, Casey Minabariat.
Casey Minabariat is the Grit and Grind Award winner for Team Red.
Congratulations, Casey. Now it's time for a 3-star award presentation brought to you by Nick Ruffton with Coldwell Banker Executives Realty. The 3rd star receiving a $30 gift card to Source for Sports. From Team Black, number 31, Max Davis. Congratulations, Max. 2nd star receiving a $40 gift card to Source for Sports. Also from Team Black, number 4, Nathan Slaggert.
So Max Davis the 3rd star, Nathan Slaggert is the 2nd star.
Congratulations, Nathan. And 1st star receiving a $50 gift card to Source for Sports from Team Black, number 13, Theo Falk.
And Theo Falk is the 1st star for Team Black.
Congratulations, Theo. And congratulations to all of our award recipients and all of our players. Have a great day.
So Team Black finishes off with an 8-4 win over Team Red today. We'll be back at 4:15 for the semi-final games. The first one kicking off with Team Red. Thank you for tuning in on the UMH-68 BC Invitational. Make sure to like and subscribe if you like what you're seeing here on the YouTube page. Come back at you at 4:15 later on today from the North Okanagan.